Imagine walking onto a busy hospital floor, and you're juggling patients with totally different needs. One needs meds, one needs mobility support, another's suddenly confused. That's where critical thinking just leaps into action for nurses, right?
It really does. What always gets me is how critical thinking isn't just a catchphrase in nursing, it's built into every single decision we make. Like, you can't just follow a checklist. You've got to actually assess what's happening in real time, factor in each patient's context, and then adapt. I think it's what makes nursing both challenging and incredibly rewarding.
Totally, because patient conditions shift constantly. I remember Jenna Liphart-Rhodes saying nurses have to decide on the fly who to see first and which meds to give. It's almost like being a detective, but with higher stakes.
And the stakes are huge because real lives are on the line. That's probably why the best nurses I know are almost obsessively reflective. They don't just do their tasks, they're always asking, did that intervention actually help? How could I have done that better? It's this loop of thinking, acting, and then thinking again.
That actually reminds me, there's more to critical thinking than just quick decision-making. You've got the attitudes, creative, problem-solving, even a dash of intuition mixed in. Could you unpack what goes into it for nurses?
For sure, it's this blend of skills, like flexibility, being able to switch your thinking based on new info, and fluency, where you process a ton of details without getting stuck. But then there's also open-mindedness and perseverance, especially when a patient's case isn't straightforward. It's not a single skill, you're juggling a whole toolkit.
And those personal qualities really matter. I've noticed that self-reflection is a game changer. Nurses who can look back on their care, spot what worked or didn't, and adapt, they seem to grow so much faster.
Exactly, and part of that is being honest with yourself, too. Admitting when you don't know something or when you made a mistake makes you better in the long run. It's less about being perfect and more about being willing to improve, and that's what ensures safer care for patients.
Last week, we got stuck on a patient case where the textbook answers didn't help at all. It made me think, decision-making in nursing is rarely black and white, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Nurses are constantly balancing guidelines with messy realities. Sometimes you're using a logical, step-by-step approach like the information processing model, but then, with experience, you start to notice patterns and your intuition takes over, especially when you have to act fast.
That makes sense. So newer nurses might lean on checklists and protocols, but veterans sometimes just know, almost instantly, what's up with a patient. It's like Benner's whole idea of from novice to expert.
Exactly. And that intuition isn't magic, it's built from years of critical reflection and learning from each case. When you've seen hundreds of patient scenarios, your mind just connects the dots more quickly. Still, even the most experienced nurses check their instincts against the evidence, they're always reflecting, not just guessing.
Funny you say that, because so much of critical thinking in nursing education now is about reflection and learning through real-world cases. Have you seen how problem-based learning changes how nurses think?
Honestly, yes. When students tackle case studies like the ones with fall management or medication side effects, they're not just memorizing facts. They're figuring out how to identify problems, asking what could go wrong, and then planning their next move. It's way closer to what happens on the floor.
And the reflection piece is so powerful. I love that there are even tools now, like the Critical Reflection Competency Scale, so nurses can measure how well they're actually reflecting. It makes self-improvement more concrete.
It really motivates people because you see growth over time. Plus, reflecting isn't just about grading yourself, it helps you process tough experiences and learn from mistakes, which is so important for resilience and quality patient care.
Speaking of real life, those case studies like Mrs. H with Parkinson's or Mr. M and his meds, they highlight how multi-layered nursing problems can be. It's not just about treating symptoms, right?
What surprised me most is how every case forces you to think bigger. With Mrs. H, you're not just preventing falls, you're also helping her overcome fear, coordinating with physio, and even supporting her confidence. And with Mr. M, you're untangling medication interactions, checking for side effects, and making sure the team is all on the same page.
And then there's the dementia case, where you have to spot not just medical causes, but emotional and social ones too, like how family stress can affect a patient's behavior. That's where critical thinking and good communication really come together.
Totally. It's about seeing the whole person, not just the disease. And that's why developing these critical thinking and reflection skills is so key in nursing. It turns theory into better care every single day.